Alright, welcome back to Just Enough Garage. Floor plans, other door. I got a lot of things, I'm going to try to get some more. Well, let's just start right off with today I'm not motivated. The reality of the hole I've dug for myself on this project. Okay, I got all this steel work to figure out. I don't really have a plan. These are the removable floor pieces right here. I've got to get all these screws out. I talked about last video, maybe sandblasting them. I just didn't have the energy, the time, the management, the ability. The bead blaster wasn't going to accept that much stuff. So I'm down to the old wire brush and paint. I got a little bit of wood to repair over there, some stain. The dash is coming along. I've got those pieces. I don't know that I filmed that. I don't recall. We still have an extra dog. She's turning out all right. I'm getting her under control, but man, did she have a mistake yesterday. She went down to the river at the dog park, and she's so young that she waits till she gets into the truck to shake all the water off. Don't do it outside, you know. She waits till she's inside. Okay, anyways, these are the parts I was talking about. This one is in pretty good shape. The studs aren't broken on it. This one's in pretty bad shape. I might have to make a repair. And you can see that there's a little bit of texture on these. It's probably rust. I don't think Oldsmobile did that texture, but it gives it a hammered look. So this would be, I gotta go get some nuts to finish that out, but on both sides. Anyway, so that's coming along. So I'm just gonna chug along. I've got, okay, I talked about the doors, the floors, the doors. Somebody had mentioned the wheels. I don't know if I've kept you in loop. They're still here. I need to spend money on tires. I've got the rest of the stuff that I need out of this door. This piece here I'm obviously going to keep in my you might need it later pile. Let me show you what's going on. I'm kind of frustrated with this door, to be honest with you. It's going to be hours of fiddling. Oh, somebody was trying to keep the wind from blowing a tarp off. You know, I did a great job securing that, and of course it didn't rain all week, but it will. Glass, that's another thing I need to spend money on. Okay, so this is the piece that'll go in here. And I just needed some screws for that. I need to get this repaired. Okay, yeah, that's where we're at. That's where we're at. Everything. The only thing left is everything. I might leave some of this structure and try to layer it, because I can't shape that. You can tell that looks like they use the same floor plan as if you had a back seat, but then they put the coupe body on, so maybe they universally were using some of the parts because of course the ones with the back seat had a window here. These were the ones that were the two-seaters. Okay, so let me get set up. I'm gonna go take care of those floor pieces, lay it out, trim it up, do some grinder work. Ugh, it's gonna suck. I hate it. Paint it while the sun is shining. You can hear the lawnmowers in the neighborhood. Probably get some trains and crows and seagulls. The wisteria is coming out. A lot of people who come to my house don't know I have a shop back here because oh, tiny little bee. Because this wisteria does such a great job as a natural shield. And it's kind of like a little man cave garden that I've developed. You walk through. It's pretty neat. I like it. Anyways, we'll get on it. Okay, so I got one of these ready to go, kind of. I cleaned up the edge with the polyfin. I gave it the wire wheel job. Let me show you my paint booth. If I do it right, I won't get any paint on that, and the paint will stick to those tires, which are warm. So what I like to use, well, I have been using, is this spray enamel. It's Tractor Supply. It's in the aisle with the paint. It's done a real good job, so why fix what ain't broke, right? So by doing this against these black tires, A, they're going to the scrapper, but B, they're warm. And it's giving some radiant heat. So this is the back side. I should probably mention, I'm not a car restorer. I know some of you have probably already lost interest because I said it was going to take me these many months. And I could have had the car going already, easily. I could have thrown it together, did a YouTube video of just throwing the car together, did a jumper wire to the distributor, put a can of gas on the roof, and drove around. Yay! And I could have done that in 20 minutes. Or, I could build a car in 6 months that's done, like finished. Gonna be looking good. I can put it in the pile with the other ones in the shop. And if nothing else, it gives you a really good baseline, so that if I decide to sell it, it's assembled and it's moving. If I decide to keep it and I like it real bad, I can say, hey, I'm ready to do a phase 2 or 3 or 4 on that car. Meanwhile, one coat of black paint. Now this is where my vision's coming together with the brass. Okay, let me talk about that. If I get this just black, it's going to look dark inside the car. This was the original. This is the next one I'll do. Master brake cylinder, shifter. As you guys know, the shifter is no longer there and the master brake cylinder is no longer there. So I'm going to use a piece of that brass behind there once this is painted. Rivet, 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 rivet. And then here, it's probably going to have to be cut out to shape that. So when you come over here inside the car, I'll set you up on this side. I do a lot of talking, I realize. Sorry about that. You look inside here. I'm going to utilize this brass in all these kick panels to accent both sides. This will be black. All the brass will be in there. The headliner will be in there. If it doesn't work out, like it's too bright, I have a fear that it could be too bright. If that doesn't work out, I'll just have to darken it, or you know, I could turn it over and use the patinaed side. Anyways, that's what I'm doing with these. Once that one's in there, I'll screw it in, fit it. This has been modified. You guys recall, or those of you who have not seen this, I had to modify this piece when I used part of that 48 Ford truck firewall as the firewall in the back where the guy had cut it out. Anyways, it's all in the video. I was like, I'll show you, fine. You guys want to know so much. Anyways, yeah, so I utilized that 48 Ford piece there because there was a big hole when I got the car. And I cut out the other firewall and I modified the plates. Take all this stuff out of here. Oh yeah, I've salvaged one of these for that window over there too, that door. Pretty quick, I'm going to go to the hardware store and get all my bolts and stuff. But yeah, this whole entire floor bolts in. So these cars are easy to work on that way, but everything is wood that you screw it to, bolted to steel. Anyways, so I'll fit those parts in there. They should fit pretty good. And then we'll cut this holes on that next one. And then after that, it should all be factory parts. And we'll just keep working away at it, one bite at a time. So when you're impatient like me and you get a little bit of black paint on your hands, hey, just go for it. So what I did is, this is some of that brass. Now this is still the blue coating on it. To answer the question, it's brass color, okay? Because here's the magnet. It is steel with brass coating. This is the back side that's patinaed. In fact, I can show you how easily this will peel, right? It won't peel easy. This stuff's been on here for years. It's been laying outside. Oh, it's coming. It's kind of like peeling the bottle off, the label off a ketchup bottle. Remember those? Now, before they were plastic, I mean, glass ones. If you got it just right, you can peel it off. If you warmed it up a little better. Anyways, you're getting the first look at my vision, and it's starting with an old hole in the body here. Okay, come on, come on. So that's what I'm going for. So now I need to mark it. I got my silver pencil. I'll mark it from the back. You guys are in the perfect situation to see what I'm talking about. That's going to cover that hole. And I really should probably rivet it. You know what? I'm going to do this visually on the front, because when the rivets go in there, I want them to look. These holes are already here. There's a couple of holes. There must have been a rubber mat, and that was folded over, and that's long gone, so I got rid of those. Okay. So now, ooh, it's barely right on there. I don't think that hole is centered with these holes, but the rivets will be, because I squared that up. So here's what it is. If I don't like it, I can weld it. Well, that was 5/32s. Let's go with 3/16. Fairly different. Yeah, I gotta do a little bit of a wobble. Use the drill wobble, and I got it. That one did good. Okay, have to fix this one right here, but I'll do that in a minute. So this is my look. I don't like it either. I lined these up so they were parallel with this, but then when it's the hole, maybe I should have just tried to shift it over this way. I don't know. Tell you what I'll probably do is throw it in the bottom of the car, gouge out a big hole over here for the shifter, and not worry about it. If it really goes horrible, it all goes away with black paint. Anyways, I'm gonna keep plugging along. I'm just giving you updates. You hear that noisy excavator over there? I'll zoom in on it so you can. You can't see. Oh, you can kind of see him in there. Center of the screen. There's two fences between us. But yeah, they're building a house over there. So that's what we're getting today in the neighborhood. Well, let's try this. Paint's done, whatever. Okay. I laid this out where I believe, according to the measurements in the car, that shifter should come up through the floor. And so I'm going to cut it out. Do you think I'll get it the first time? Hey, it's possible. So it's a very small cut. Oh, so let's talk about this paint that I was bragging about a few minutes ago. I went down to the Tractor Supply to get some bolts. These are odd. I'm going to have to go to a different place to get those. They didn't have them. And I got some bolts to put into the floor over there where the metal like goes into these in a couple of spots. And they fit in a couple of them, but others I'm gonna have to get a tap and run through. It's just corrosion. Anyways, I was gonna say about this paint is forget it. Don't do it. This was the last can on the shelf, so I asked them when they're getting more, and they go, oh, we don't know. I said, well, how do I get more? And they said, we don't know. I said, well, when is it coming in? You can see the dust on it. They laughed. They said, it's been there for 2 years. We don't sell enough of that. And I said, okay, well, where would I get some more? And they said they had another store about 10 miles from here. It had 4 cans. And I'm like, yeah, I probably only need 2. So maybe I'll go over and get those later, because I hate that. You know, I hate that. We had that same issue with the pink paint. We bought some, and then, you know, it's getting some more later. Try to buy all your stuff up front, I guess. Look at me, I'm a car builder. Looks like a beaver chewed it out. Now if it's right, it'll just go right on. Let me go set your camera up and pull the ball off, and then you guys can see if I'm anywhere close. Oh, this ain't gonna fit. Nobody took into account over there. That's okay. So we'll see how close we are. I wasn't even done cutting holes in it yet. need that wiring later. Actually, that's gonna turn out good. This will be the other piece I'll have to cut for that. Okay, so what it's doing here, in case you can see or not see, there it is. I had it crooked. This will go into the wood here. That's probably okay until I drive it. Over there we're missing wood, so this would bolt to this piece. Okay, I'm going to widen this just a little bit. I think it would shift. Let me check. No, I'm going to widen it just a little bit just in case. Otherwise, it looks good. Probably made it a little bit longer this way than I needed and a little bit narrower this way than I needed. But, you know, all's fair in love and war. So let me take that out. Just trim a little just on this side. Where to put it in. That's what I'm gonna do. So a little chilly here. She's been just waiting. This is about the time of the day where I usually take him to a dog park. But this is escalated. But we have solutions. Okay. So first I started just by removing and squaring up this piece of wood. I'm gonna seam it. We're gonna bolt it to the frame. And then this is where they had nails on this side panel. Now this side panel, as you can see, is floppy loppy. Okay, she's not connected anywhere anymore. And you can see there was a little booger weld right there that the factory had done. And on the other side, I had already welded this right here to this panel. Back here, I'll weld right here too. I'll clean that up. But in order to make it fit right, you can see the ratchet strap is going to be doing its job here. So let me draw this together. Get it prepped, and I guess we're back to welding every episode. Anyways, this is what's coming along. The floor's coming along. The hole got out of control. It turned out I needed a lot more reverse. Oh, well, I had it working. It needed a lot more, so I'll do a boot.
I don't know what you're talking about.
We got ways of making you pronounce the letter O.
I could even take a piece of that brass and put there, something like that. Brass is going to go in here. I got stuff I'm doing. Just bear with me. So let me set you up so you can see what's gonna happen here. You got an old car. I hope you know how to weld. Can you even see anything? Yeah, you can kind of. Those wires are in your way. Hold on, hold on. Yeah, this is stupid. This is hard to do without a helper. Okay. So if I get that in her. Let me do a little grind so that when I go to weld it, the rust is giving me the best chance of success here. It really didn't do jack. It's pretty rusty. Okay, this piece needs to overlay on top of there. That goes there. I should have had the fenders off the car, but they were heavy and I didn't want to do it. Okay, then you do the ratchet and ratch. Hopefully this will pull the body together. I bet the door fits a lot better now. Okay, so that butted. Kinda. Maybe should I get rid of that piece? Nah, I'm gonna leave it. I can hammer it in. Okay, let me turn this. I need to put the extension cord on. Why? Nope, I don't have to. All right. Yeah, no problem. No problem. Welding in every episode. Nah, I say stupid things. Sometimes I can't do it. I've dinked around the entire afternoon. So let's say I have 4 hours into this video for the segments we've seen so far. But you know what? It looks good. It's coming together. Just keep chewing. Just keep chewing. Oh yeah, let me do a little of this right here. Handle in the way, handle in the way. Hi ho, Mario. Well, let's see what happens. It is rusty. Alright, well, you guys get the idea. I'll show you, then I'll, hopefully you could, I don't know, maybe you couldn't even see anything I was doing. I'll come back and layer that a little bit, put some weld, clean that one, put some weld. So what had happened is this, this is how dumb this thing is. Oh, here we go. So this kick plate snaps over and screws into the wood to help support it. They were cabinet makers who built cars, as near as I can tell. So I'll dink with that a little bit, go to the dog park, probably call it a night. Tomorrow we'll work on more of it. Maybe we'll get all the way up to here or something tomorrow. I'd still like to get both doors fit, and then we'll just see how it goes. Like I say, appreciate everybody who's been watching, putting effort in on your end, my end. We're chugging along. It's an absolute, this is the heat of the battle right here. So we're gonna keep on going until we win. No reason to quit now. We're closer than we've ever been. I mean, just because wood like this falls out of it doesn't mean anything. You don't worry about that. You don't need that. It's weight reduction. Okay, finished welding. I thought I'd show the results. It turned out okay. There was no wood behind there, so there was no fire. Over here, you can see I had to use a water bottle for not drinking, but for putting out a fire. That one turned out okay. I got a little booger in there where it just too much wood smoke coming out. I didn't like it. Anyway, so yeah, so I guess my goal is, I'm setting goals now. My goal is to, since I'm gonna have the welder out a little bit later on, fix this, it wiggles, put some kind of triangulation in there, because this is really the only thing holding it is some guy's previous job. Try to get all the other sheets of metal in here. See then what we can do with that mess. I might just overlay it with the brass. I might be lazy. We could do the kick panels out of brass. Then we probably ought to start either wiring or trying to do the roof. I think I'll wait till John, he's got maybe 2 more weeks of work, at least on night shift. Then he'll be available sometime in the evenings, if nothing else, if he continues. It's construction, you guys know how that goes. Some days you're working more than others. But I can then get his help to put that up there. We'll probably just rivet it. Yeah, I don't know if you noticed, I painted those rivets black, so they just disappeared, kind of, whatever. This dent here, I would love to get out. It's exactly where there's a crossbar underneath there. I probably could go ahead and bolt the front end down after I get the radiator in. Then with the front end bolted down, I probably could then do the running boards, figure that out, what needs to be happening here. So I guess I got to spend money. We're at the money spot. Glass and tires, I think, is the money invested. So let's talk about money in case you're interested in money. I paid $2,500 for the car. $300 in diesel, go get it. Title transfer was like 105, 10, 20, something like that, but I don't have license plates yet. And then what have I spent money on? Couple of cans of paint, an Amazon instrument panel, a $300 transmission, a couple $100 for brakes and exhaust system, a gasket kit for the motor, which was like $100, an alternator, which was like $69 Amazon, one wire GM, $125 for that intake manifold, and 2 or 3 hours of drive each way. Pallet wood free, couple of dozen dollars in screws, like these were $9 this morning. The other day I spent, I think, $3.99 and $3.99. These I already had from a previous project. So I'm almost done. So under $5 grand. Let's say that. Let's just say under $5 grand. I think the pink wheelies was all in at, well, I paid a lot less for that, but it's probably all in about $3,500 for that. This one's going to be a little bit more, but it's a different car, and the value started off differently. So recycled parts, those came on the wheelies, and I was able to reuse those. So that saved some money. I'm not done with the brakes. I haven't even put fluid in it, but all that stuff looked good, so I probably can just run what I brung kind of thing. I do have the grill and all the headlights. We'll put all that together. Don't stress over it, people. Stay frosty. We're almost there. So I think if I stay focused, I can finish the floor in the passenger driver area. And then I'll even use my pointer. I can put this door on because I've welded this side already. I don't know if I've mentioned that in the past, but I did the same thing on both sides. So now the body stays square. And I'll put that door on. And that metal we have is all the way back to about here somewhere. So we can do that. My friend Eric said he had some seats for me out of a Aerostar van. They're buckets. We're going to try them. I'd already used the back seat on the wheelies for the front seat. That worked out well. So we're coming along. So yeah, I just need to spend another $1,000. It's like owning a boat, you know? Bust out another $1,000. Well, this car, the $1,000, will go to $350 in tires, $400 in glass, so whatever. And then I think we should be on our way. I might go cheap on the windshield, though. I might just do the glass for the windshield and see what a local guy can do for cutting this. I was given some plexiglass the other day. My dad had this in his garage. I don't think it's wide enough for the back window, and I don't know that I want to do that. But I'm going to keep that in mind because I think we can use that on a couple of places. Because I really need the wing window for the other door. And so this is okay, and it's tinted. But do you try to mess with it, or I just keep that glass because it's universal, right? So if I end up not using the glass from the kit, well, then I have extras in the event that I ever break one. So that's where I need the window for sure, and the windshields. They are a split windshield, I understand, and there's a rubber gasket similar to what the Willys did. So that's kind of bring you guys into what's going on. So I guess that's it for today. I'll see you in the morning, and we'll keep going on this and finish her up. Well, at least this weekend. Okay, good morning. It's probably afternoon, but we'll say it's morning still. Gotta be close. Been out here dinking around. You can see I got one panel fit on that side. It's giving you a mirror look. Look, there's even my camera phone. And then you got one on this side. I have not attached them with screws. I'm thinking about construction adhesive and maybe just some screws right here on the edge of this. This is bright. This is, you want to leave that plastic on until it's giving me the mirror look. You can see that looks, it's all trippy. Really cool. Those are just the two panels on both sides. Hopefully you can see it's kind of dark in here. That's about as far as I got today so far. I was over here listening to my little speaker, listening to some music outside. What kind of music do you guys like to listen to when you're working on a car? I happened to find a Tragically Hip album. It was from the 90s. It's been a good album to build with. So back here in the back, yeah, my goal is get from like, well, where's my pointer? Here we go. My son Jonathan came out last night just for his shift, and I said, boy, if I could get from this door jamb forward, I said I could then get the doors hung, do all the wiring, everything, and then turn around and do everything behind, kind of like I'll turn the car around, maybe something like that. So I kind of got a plan going. Yeah, it's a big job. I'm not sure if I'm going to show you more. This isn't exactly bolted in. I got to go get a tap and screw that down. Paint these other two panels. Put them in, which is no big deal. A little piece of wood over there. I don't know. Let me work on it a little bit later. By the end of today, I'll just show you the progress. And then probably next time we jump on it, hopefully I'll be further ahead. It's getting more daylight in the evenings up here in Washington, so I might sneak out here for a project. Anyways, that's what we're coming with. That's the look we're going for. Hopefully you like that look. If you don't, oh well, that's what I'm doing. It should be cool as hell when it's done. I think it's going to be anyways. Definitely going to be wearing your sunglasses. There's no two ways about that. Okay, so quick update. I've been doing some woodwork. Yay, woodworking. So my pallet supply of good lumber is getting cut down. This is going to work all right. It's a little bit narrower than the original. But I want to tell you something, show you something. Whatever. So you can see that I've seen this. This is where the fork pockets were. I just overlapped it, screwed it in with a couple of screws, sistered it, manufactured it, whatever. It's the right width to fit back in the groove here, and it's going to do exactly what I need it to do. Now, you remember that scene from Pirates of the Caribbean when Johnny Depp goes into the pig pen or whatever and throws the water on the guy sleeping? He goes, it's bad luck to wake a guy who's sleeping. He says, unless the guy who is sleeping is woken by, and he gives some big speech. This is the wrong way to do it, unless you have some pallet wood and you just want to go ahead and do it anyways, and it serves the same function. And you say, I know that's wrong. I'm like, yeah, but I'm not restoring the car. I'm repairing it, making it functionable, serviceable. And it's going to be as strong as hell anyways. This wood is way better condition than the stuff that was left behind. So anyways, just thought I'd give you an update on woodworking. And again, I'm back to what I'm doing here. So that's how I'm justifying my, what is a craftsman never blames his tools? No, I'm not blaming any tools or anything. I'm just doing it my way with materials I have. Like I say, the car's patched together, and that's exactly what it is. Let's not oversell it. Finish your projects. How? By any means possible. Again, that theory, that philosophy, that use what you have. Put in the parts that you enjoy. Do the stuff that makes you happy. Put it together the way you want. And if you're negative, if your friends become negative towards it, tell them to go build their own car. You know, there's so much good on this car, and it's such an exciting thing to see it come together. This may not have been the vision of the man who started it, but it's what I saw, and it's what I can do. This is in my wheelhouse, so that's why I'm doing it the way I'm doing it. Tractor supply paint, Milwaukee tools, pallet boards, drink lots of water. You're going to have a great day. Cruise control will probably never work on it because I don't have the other part, but still got a tilt column, even if it has been outside for 10, 20 years. Anyways, I'll just keep plugging along, give you updates. Okay, I'm going to wind this video down. We got a visitor.
Huh?
He's still working, but he's just ready to leave, and I was bragging about, look at the shine on that, John.
Mm-hmm. So
what I got going on here is we finished this today, Johnny. I did the dash the other day. We got that plugged. We got this plugged. That's our battery cover. We got this painted. My goal was to get to the back of the doors and hang the doors. Just imagine that I'm finished. Imagine that I'm finished. The doors are over there. I got a few more things to do. I'm not ready. I've got this all welded in and painted, that painted. I went cheap on the wood and I just painted it. I really had this idea like underlaying a piece of this brass, John, and putting it under there and then putting the screws through it and everything. And I just thought, you know, the time I get the seat in there, ain't nobody gonna care.
Yeah.
Especially me. I think I'll make a brass boot cover for that, get a boot for it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Anyways, with that, I think we're going to have this video wind to a close. The 1936 Oldsmobile is coming along. I'm getting closer every time I do this. I still have nearly 2 months. Today is May 2nd when I film this. So 7 weeks-ish, 6.5. I think I can do it. What do we got to do? Glass, tires, trunk. I mean, you know, we're practically there. Anyways, thanks for watching Just Enough Garage. I'll catch you next week on more of the same.